director of marketing for us, and he's a very knowledgeable and successful guy. And then last night I went here at great speed, and that is awesome. I no longer see you, Robert. But we are moving ahead with the Happy City Initiative, because a happy city is a healthy city, is a wealthy city, is a fun city, is a productive city, is a successful city. So this is what we all want, and this is what we're all going to do. And let us help your city get there as well. We are the Happy Gang, and we are doing the happy work. This is fun, fun, fun. And I'll click to that. You might not know about how happy cities work, but if you have any inkling at all, can you imagine your city where people are walking down the street with a spring in their step, where they greet each other with smiles and high fives, where people, including the media, are spreading good news. People are really growing themselves into healthy, fit, wealthy, intelligent, and helping people. And this is what's going on. When we collaborate instead of competing, then everything is getting better. And this is the way we all want to be. So let us continue working together with others, and then we will all see everything improving around us, because fighting is the most wasteful activity on the planet. So let's all get happy, make our cities happy, and just see how well things start working.
Really?
Can you imagine this in your city now?
So you had I have a real huge echo.
A real big echo.
Yeah, can you hear the echo in this?
I do not hear the echo. Let me try this. Is that any better?
Much.
Ah, good news. Okay, here we go. I'm echo.
So you have a marketing guy, and then what was the other one you said you had?
He's a project manager and a impact measurement guy.
Okay, so there are new members.
Yes.
Members as board members.
Maybe board members or maybe employees with equity stakes.
So, okay.
So we've got to figure that out from a conflict of interest perspective.
Like, how would that work?
Well, this is exactly the question. What we want to do is make sure we don't put anybody in conflict of interest, but we want to get the best advisors on the board that we can. So we got to think through carefully what everybody's role is and make sure that we don't put them in a conflict.
So how do we do that successfully?
Well, what we do is we brainstorm the possibilities. What are potential conflicts? What are potential benefits? And then we compare them back and forth and decide what is the best course of action. But brainstorming is a great way to analyze anything.
Absolutely. So when do we do this?
So we'll get this moving ahead in the coming weeks. I'm working on the application right now. I've been to see the lawyer twice. I'll be going back again next week early. And so as soon as we, start the discussion here, then we have a general idea of what the issues are. then I will bring it forward to everybody who's on the team, and we'll start brainstorming and coming up with decisions on that.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So that's going to be lots of fun. We're going to get it going, and I'm really happy with the caliber of the people we're getting here. And then there was a funny thing happened last night. I was in the grocery store, and as I was checking through, I said hello to the cashier in my normal happy way, and she said, "Oh, you're so happy." I said, "Oh yes, I'm a happy guy." And she said, "Me too. I really like that." I said, "Oh, that's really interesting." I said, "Maybe you want to help out on our Happy City initiative that we're working on." She said, "Oh, my mother-in-law I'm really good at connecting people," she said. I said, "That's a great asset." She said, "My mother-in-law is really the happy person. So I'm going to connect with you." And she said, "Do you have a card?" I said, "Nope, I don't give cards because people let them compost on their desks. So if you give me your contact details, I will get a hold of you." And so I am doing that. So,
the opposite.
Person, you never know where they're going to come across or where you're going to come across them. But when you are the happy person, then people automatically want to connect with you. They want to go, "Hey, that's unusual. Why are you like that?" Yoo-hoo.
So great. So how do you... That's really, really awesome. So you can't make Monday, but we can do tomorrow if we can get a hold of the mayor. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So do you think that's likely? Otherwise, let me look at my calendar. I can tell you which days next week will work and which ones won't.
Okay.
Okay, so tomorrow is okay. Monday is not. Tuesday is not good either. And then Thursday or Friday could work.
Of next week.
Actually, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday could work. Hang on a sec. There's been a change to my Wednesday. Let me just see what I got. Yeah, Wednesday could work. Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday next week could work. There we go.
Good. Super.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have a chat with Mayor Jim and see what he wants to know and how we can help him understand things. And that'll be my great pleasure.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's going to be really important to understand is that we do not want money to get in the way of progress. And so if he asks us what it's going to cost and he thinks that's too much, that's not the end. The question is, how much do you have available to spend? And then let us figure out what we can do with that. Because this will bring more money to them than they can imagine. And letting money get in the way of it is going to slow them down in ways that they don't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important that meaning and money work together.
So how is that going to go over with them?
I have no idea. I'm just telling you, it's not a make or break kind of decision on money. Like what we've got to do is figure out what they've got available or what they're willing to commit, and then what we can do within that envelope.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll have targets and things like that, although we don't really know what there are until we come and we do a visit and we do an assessment of, we don't even know what Bad Axe's highest needs are yet. So, and we don't know what resources that are non-financial that they can commit to the project. So these are all questions that we would want to do on our initial survey.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yes. So it's really too early to talk about how much and the scope in the initial meeting. It's really, that's the meeting to talk about what it is, what are the benefits.
Correct. And what would be some of the highlights of, you just have to give them what you've done in Ottawa to give that a familiarity to.
Yeah, so we can tell them what we're doing here, but we can also give them information from other studies that have been done and other documentation that is available.
Yeah, I've done that already with him.
Both from the positive psychology movement and from the World Happiness Report and from the Happy City Bristol website.
Mm-hmm.
So there's great information out there all over the place on the real value of this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah, and any way you look at it, it's going to be an effort, and that's okay.
Yeah, he's not going to know how to implement it. And so we need to simply tell him how to implement it, which we did the other day. The step-by-step process.
Yeah. And that'll be different in every location. Like there'll be a framework that we follow, but how it's implemented in each location will depend on the local priorities, the local assets, and the local culture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we'll want to do a survey for everywhere we go to.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So let me see. And then like we were talking about just the other day, there is another aspect to Happy City as well as the people. The structure of the city matters. So there's a guy out in Vancouver, Canada, who wrote a book called The Happy City. And his take on it is whether cities are built for cars or built for people. And if they're built for cars, then that's an isolating effect. The biggest contributor to happiness around the world is social cohesion and celebration. So anytime we're separating people, we're taking away from that energy.
Right. This is a particular, this city here, Bad Axe, is a car town.
Yeah. So then, those are not things you can shift overnight. But as you gain awareness of it, then you can look for what we call low-hanging fruit. Small changes that have a big impact. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe a pedestrian bridge somewhere, or maybe close off one street as a pedestrian street, or something like that. And then keep that idea going as the city plans forward, and then just look for more opportunities to make it more people-friendly.
Right. Right now it's all set up car-friendly.
Yeah, exactly. And most of those cars drive around with one person in them.
Mostly.
Yeah. I could see them going by behind you.
Very car-driven town. Yeah.
So it's not that cars are bad. They're not. They're essential. But people are as well. And so we got to focus on getting people together and working together and socializing together.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do all of this, but it takes a focus and an effort. See, this is the point. We have, in the Western world, been so focused on the money and been so focused on competing that we have put ourselves in a place of separation, not realizing that that is getting us into a place of low emotional energy, which includes low health energy. And this is an opportunity not only to improve happiness, but all of its benefits, which include health and wellness and social cohesion and business success. So all of these are important benefits that people will get. What we're on is a journey toward truth. And money is important. But it's
well, it does make a difference. And
but it's not the only important thing.
Yeah, it's pretty darn up there along with air.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Well, in some ways you are, but
do say
more. I do. I mean, I've known you long enough, but because I know if I connect to the right people, those are the people that could make the biggest influence. And it's money that's going to make that transformation.
That is true. Yep. Yeah, because money amplifies who you are, right? Money gives you
exactly.
more.
And so when you don't have it at the very present moment, it looks one way. But if you know how to bridge that gap from where someone's at that has the money to something that is valuable in their mind that they could shift and make a difference on the planet, that is important in my eyes.
That is very important. I too totally agree.
Okay, I haven't heard that before from you, that you do agree to that.
Okay, I do. I absolutely do.
But you do, and I notice that you do unconsciously.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, not until maybe in the last little while I've noticed it. Before I didn't.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But I have now.
Well, I have been doing work on my own attitude towards money, internal work. So you're noticing the results of that.
Yeah. That is true. But that the other part of it is a big influence, and it does shift things. If you find when you know there's people out there that you can go and ask, that you can bridge that to what the project is, which is shifting the consciousness in these cities. That's the exciting part, and it will move rather fast with the right kind of funds.
Yeah. So this has been a real shift in me. I used to say meaning over money, and now I say meaning and money. So I've realized that you really what we want is both.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not one over the other. It's both and.
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to do is we want to connect with more money to get our message out there, because our message is so critically important to the world.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
So we can do that one city at a time, or we can do that through a mass marketing campaign, or many other ways.
Do you have so what mass marketing campaigns do you have in mind?
Well, we could work towards getting the message out across all social media in a real concerted sweep over a period of, say, 6 months or a year. And if we did that, then
it's going to take money to do that, right?
That's exactly right.
So knowing where to put that money, correct?
That would get the message out, though. That would be really
exactly.
Important. So that's one way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are other ways to do it too, right? Is to buy your way into some platform that already has a wide audience.
You can do Kickstarter. You can do
yeah, we can do that. But what I was thinking of, is if you get on somebody who already has a TV show, like Oprah is the big obvious.
Yeah. We can send, we can put a press kit together and get it over there to them. That would be, that's great when the city initiative is set up, that there's a place to put the money with the description of how we're doing it. It would be rather quickly to put some cash in there for everyone to grow this.
Yeah. So there are many ways we can do this, but the idea is to get the word out to as many people as quickly as we can and to really get moving. You have somebody acting out behind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. So So as we move down this road, then we're going to be able to reach wider and wider audience, and that's going to help everybody. It's going to help the world.
Very good.
Yeah. So let me see. What else do we want to know about the Happy City Initiative? Well, I think if anybody's really interested in it, they should spend a couple hours surfing through the Happy City Bristol website, because they've been doing this now for, I think, 4 years. So they have a lot of background and they have a lot of results to show for it. And it's all very well documented there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a really good idea.
It is.
Yeah. And pretty soon you're going to see all that on the Happy City Ottawa website.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. HappyOttawa.ca.
Did they already put the site up?
Oh yeah, it's been up for several months already.
And it's called the Happy Ottawa?
No, it's called HappyOttawa.ca.
Cool.
Yeah. We're making it happen.
Awesome. Well, good. Well, then today, why don't we just make it a point to, I'll make it a point to get a hold of the mayor and see if we can get him in there tomorrow.
Yeah, let's find a time that we can get him in there, and let's keep on moving everything ahead.
Sounds good.
Hey.
So, yeah, you want to sign off here?
Sure, we can do that. Okay. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay, buddy. It's been great to see you again. Happy days, and let's make it happen.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Stay well. Have fun. I'm Stephen Wiley. Bye.
I'm Robert Allen McCray.